Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Thief Deadly Shadows. In the last episode, we escaped the Shalebridge Cradle after helping Laurel escape it as well. We needed her assistance in the end, since the cradle remembered us being in the past as we were doing things in its memory in order to make it forget all about Laurel being there. When we escaped the cradle, we followed Laurel here to Fort Ironwood. She led us to this grave, and I guess instructed Garrett to use her blood to wipe away glyphs that were scribed upon it. I never realized this before until when Laura was speaking with me during that cutscene, but the Gray Lady, the old hag, had imprisoned her here so that she was unable to, I suppose, return to her normal form. In addition to accidentally, I suppose, keeping her trapped in the cradle. The cradle itself must have gained some sentience and is a place of ill omen, if not evil, based on the amount of suffering which transpired there. And the cradle was keeping Laurel trapped within it, but then even though we helped her escape, she needed a little more to be done in order to help her leave this realm to the afterlife. We watched in the cutscene as when Laurel was restored, she mentioned to Garrett that this would prevent the hag from using her form in the future. And it so happened that, I guess we'll call the hag Gamal, was being promoted to the interpreter for the Keepers. And so all the Keepers watched as she lost her form of Laurel and took the form of the hag. Apparently, it's more than just an old, withered, bent lady. She's also using the skins of all of those she has slain to which compromise her form, which in turn are still, alive. It seems to be mostly faces. Her body's made of mostly faces. Eyes, mouths, noses, hands inside those. Eyes inside mouths. Horrifying looking creature. Now that we're done with the cradle, I feel like I can finally talk with you guys again for a little bit. So you'll have to forgive me a bit, but this hub session will be a bit more sprightly. There'll be a good bit more levity here than in the past few episodes, since now we are out of the cradle, and it gives me a chance to talk about things in the cradle with you guys, as well as other things that now have transpired outside of it. I felt like it would ruin the atmosphere if I spent any amount of time even looking at our goals, our status, and objectives, and how well we did at the end. We got enough loot to win. We got enough of the secreted items, special loot items, that we could leave, and I didn't knock out anyone. There was no blackjacking in that mission. I don't know if you actually can blackjack or knock out anything in that mission. I don't recall ever making an attempt to do so. I felt like when I guess we'll talk about Fort Ironwood while we're back here. We're going up to get some holy water. I have never been a fan of fighting the undead as you're following Laurel down here. I felt like they should have stepped back away from us, that we were guiding her to the next life instead of fighting us down here. It's a bit out of place with the seriousness, I thought, of guiding Laurel. And I forgot about, and I remember not really liking Garrett's comment about getting impatient as we're following Laurel down here. Laurel helped us escape, The least we can do is see what she wants to lead us to down here and be a little more patient. But I guess Garrett is just impatient.
Thy life is the foundation for the next. The man who squanders his youth must build his life on a foundation of mud, and then wilted collapse.
I suppose Garrett might be getting a little tired of doing constant work for spirits and undead, since we had to do that in the first Thief game for Marius, if I recall the name correctly, and here another time for Laurel. I like that everything before Fort Ironwood and the living people run from Laurel as she walks through the city. And the Hammerites themselves will...
Only the builder can judge thee, Garrett.
...will run from you as well. I suppose that's just in case... just in case you are not allied with the Hammerites. It gives you a clear path to the grave down below and the crypt. While we're here, let's go out to the graveyard and look for more water arrows. I made several executive decisions during the Cradle mission. I could have used our
Garrett.
Explosive mines, fire arrows, and holy water to probably down all of the patients within it, and we could have walked around without too much worry. I mentioned that they can get back up again, and they can, but I think you can put enough damage into them to keep them permanently on the ground. I think holy water actually can do enough damage with just a single vial of it to do so, but it's been a while since I've used holy water on them, and I thought it might be a bit... too easy if I was to kill more of them than I did. And the only reason why I even destroyed the one patient and its friend when it came investigating in the morgue was to access the gold teeth. The patient on the ground there would have sprung up when we got too close and shrieked and then attacked us. And that would have brought the other one, its friend, with it. I decided to destroy that one and its friend, especially because we were done with the morgue and I wouldn't be going back through it again. For all the other patients, I wasn't sure if I was going to be needing to navigate around them more than once, and on the off chance it would make it more difficult, I decided to leave them there. Alright, I'll continue to talk with you guys once we're out of this area. What were some other choices that I made? Oh, well, hold on. So first off, well, we still can't really tell, but we don't hear any enforcers around. That this glyph is not sealed off again would tell Garrett that something might have happened at the Keeper compound. I mean, we know that the hag was there and activated the statues in the exit. But maybe some more things occurred if the glyphs aren't resealed. Orland probably would have had time to do that. Our objective, by the way, now is to go back to the Keeper compound. I think that's what it is. Yep. Go back to the Keeper library and tell the Keepers what transpired. I could have destroyed, as I was mentioning, we could have destroyed more patients. And while we could have destroyed some of the ones that were guarding the surgical kit, I didn't feel like we needed to kill those. It was rather creepy seeing the one, like, rustle through or eat something on the ground. And I didn't feel like getting its attention, as it were. And it was still early on when we had met those creatures. It's also the reason why I left the gemmed eyes around. We left 2 of them up in the observatory. I felt like we shouldn't really disturb these creatures. We don't know enough about them to know how dangerous they may or may not be. I would like now to go back to Audale so that I can tell Drept about what happened. He might not care in so much that we might not be able to actually speak with him again, because I don't think there's a doorway that leads to his place, but I'm going to check. I think it would make sense thematically to do that. Or I would check if I was allowed up here again, but we're not.
Did I see? Better wake up. Looking at nothing and jumping too. Quiet night.
Evening.
Okay, so Audale, if I want to go there, is out in this direction. When I was doing the lock-picking during the cradle, every lock, and I remembered every lock, is like a 6-stage lock, which is the toughest to get through quickly, obviously. And a part of me, when I was doing it... Actually, let's first visit this this vendor.
I couldn't help but notice when you came in. The love stone above the door turned such a murky shade. I'm worried about you. We'll talk.
Yeah, I guess Garrett's not really interested in anyone else at the moment. We haven't really met anyone, I think, that would, Oh, that Garrett at least fancies. Marla seems very interested in Garrett, though I suspect she's just starstruck. Let's replenish our broadhead arrows here. Oh, you know what? We'll buy quite a few of them from her, from Carmen. We have 3 noisemakers still. We just picked up a 5th gas arrow. I think we'll purchase an explosive mine from her as well. And that should be good. We can purchase some more equipment from the other shopkeepers.
Luscious. Drinking on the job.
Okay, let's go to Audale and I'll talk about locks a bit more. A part of me, is that the right phrase? Cautious Tim really wanted to only do 2 stages of a lock and then hide in the shadows until the patient who might have been patrolling past the doors, whenever I was near any doors, would show up and leave again to be safe and make sure that we weren't going to be detected. But then there's Content Tim that makes all the house rules to make it more interesting for us. And he wanted me to stay there and lockpick those doors until they opened. Because that would put me in the most danger, and because I'm not familiar with the patrol routes of those, the patients, that would mean I would most likely be caught. It also means that as I'm struggling with the lock, especially if it's being really cantankerous and not letting me open it very quickly, I'm gonna panic more and more and desperately try to open that door. We had a happy medium, I think, in the end, where I was doing 4 stages to a lock, or 3, and then hiding. I should have just opened it. I just should have stayed at each door and tried to open it from stage 1 to stage 6. Would have been exciting, I think.
You know, I have a tailor friend. I only mention it because of your current attire. Someone's been busy. I'll have to keep this stuff on ice. It's too risky to move right now.
I picked up the bag of gold teeth and the Grave Court Red from the cradle. So I think we'll sell the teeth. This is not something I think I want to hold on to at all, given that these come from the patients. This guy seems like it's right up his alley as something he would be able to find a buyer for.
Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm sure I can move this merchandise for you.
The dagger seems like a good thing to sell him, too. We had gotten this behind the painting in the one room of the patient who had Laurel's nightgown hidden within it.
Someone's been busy. I'll have to keep this stuff on ice. It's too risky to move right now.
Okay, that's all for this vendor. I think we should probably go through the pagan territory. Can we see Drept again? We cannot, okay. Garrett actually doesn't strike me as a type who probably would care enough about Drept's investigation to tell him what he discovered. He is rather self-serving.
Did you hear, Z? Diane B's having more visionings.
About them hammerheads. They be's dead at Sandalwood and her bunch yesterday. I bees will feed her on them fleshes.
Yes, them hammerheads, but of other things too, like them cityhead Garrett, and something that be's unnatural, close by, near them canals.
Unnatural? What bees you mean?
Bees I not know, but bees worser than a hammerhead, worser than anything.
Worser than a hammerhead? How bees you know?
Because I be saw Diane's face after her visioning.
Ooh, that's bad. And good. We now know where we kind of want to go. The canals are where Gamal makes her abode. I actually thought we went there before the cradle. I was a bit surprised when I realized we had to talk with Drept before we headed out there.
What's that? No, don't eat them. Bees poison.
I thought I heard a magical arrow around somewhere. I guess I'm incorrect.
Gots to stay awake. Gots to watch for any city men who might intrude here.
I guess we are spared that threat.
I bees not trust so easily as other pagans, Garrett. Yes, you bees frenzy to us, but I bees still watching you.
That's fine. I would expect everyone to do that. You know, we didn't find out where that secret tunnel was last time for the museum. There might be supplies there we want. Oh, these two are here again. Oh, and this time there's no guard up there. Well, then let's go up there first and see what's down that one little passage. Oh, there was something down here. We're okay. Or we'll be okay. Alright, boys, here's your lunch. You can't go robbing the Wheelstrom Museum on an empty stomach. I ain't worried. You got the tunnel dug real good. Makes a mother proud. Remember, once you're inside, you have to watch out for all them fancy safety gadgets they got. Anyway, eat up, and good luck. Hugs? Ah. Reminds me of the Fratellis from Goonies a little bit. We know from the conversation that the two posh folks had above that they didn't make it. The two brothers were killed by something inside the museum. Mines, 2 of them. The Big Museum Heist Master Plan by Ma Graham. So, it'll be just the 2 of you. Use the tunnel, right, boys? But see, it's gotta be after dark. Wait for the day shift to head home for the night. Then sneak in. Avoid the night guards. They move around a lot, taking breaks and such. If you're lucky, you'll catch them sleeping. Stay away from them newfangled security machines they got. They'll fry you like an egg. When you see a good-looking exhibit, nab it. When you start getting tired, that means your bags are full, and it's time to come on home. I'll have the supper waiting. Ah, well, they didn't make it. The last mission that we do takes place there. So we'll be back here later. But there's still quite a bit of work to do before the mission. And a little bit afterwards, if I recall correctly.
It's quite invigorating being out among the common folk. Just see how they look up to me. I really should do this more often.
Okay. We'll go back that way later. The canal's in that direction. And from what we had heard from the pagans, Gamal's lair is potentially there. It is there. And we'll get a quest to go back there later. Right now, we can't access it, so.
Sneaksy manful be's here again.
Alright, Tim, what else can you talk about? So, I thought for sure I was going to have to lower the precision of the guards when I got caught by the one running through the exit there. I didn't think I could sneak through the archway, the doorway, leading between the records hall and the hallway leading back to the lobby. And it was only after I had placed down the silverware and then realized I couldn't do, well, not silverware, when I was waiting outside looking at the light, I realized there's no way I can make the little bit of sneaky traveling distance I need to make without that guard seeing me, immediately running over, and me failing again. And then I remembered that although I have no arrows with me, because we're in the Shellbridge's memory, I do have the option to grab cups. And during the, I think, Moria mission, when I had to reshoot it thanks to volume issues, I had discovered that left-clicking throws items. And so, thankfully, I was able to do that to distract the one staff member. Ended up really working out.
But on the night shift, eh?
Yup. Okay, so we gotta go back to Stone Market. I suppose we'll discover if the enforcers are still out and about this evening when we get there. Hopefully, they're not around with what Gamal did, but Garrett doesn't know what happened yet to the Keeper Console.
Thou shalt regret thy trespass.
Shouldn't you be out in the woods or something?
Oh man! The pagans are in the streets in force. Is what I'm guessing is happening. It's just I heard.
Getting the city watch. There could be a reward.
Come on! Go!
Everyone's seeing the dead body.
Except. Foxy out.
I saw a
I
dead
think
person.
there
You should
be
take
a
a look.
murderer close by.
Hey, it ain't quite like you. Run away. Like that'll help you. It bees up.
You fights and
Thank thee. Hell's bells. Excuse for this interruption. Well, are you there?
What's that?
Thou shalt regret thy trespass.
Making me search like this, you're just making matters worse.
That's right. Help! Bring! Thanks to thee, brother. I shall avenge thee.
No. Please.
I'm not familiar with what spell that is that they cast on each other for the Hammerites. It sounds like it's a heal of some sort.
There. Again. I hath let myself jump at naught.
We knew the pagans were planning for war. It looks like they're actually enacting it.
Hark! 'Tis a fight. Thou shalt regret.
Well, I was going to stop by the shops here. I think I still want to, so we're going to try to do that. Let's survey the destruction from the balcony. Anything I wanted to talk to, I've forgotten now, guys. I apologize. Now that suddenly the entire city is going to be a war zone.
Why do I get so worked up? A dead body.
Don't worry, I can still hear you.
Remember, everyone will assume that we killed every single person in the street. And I do mean that. We will be blamed for all of this.
this!
Quick, this way!
To me!
Hey! Dost thou know who I
got
am?
him running.
Do not trifle with me.
Oh, that
What's that?
sucked.
Oh, I gotta quit.
I missed.
Smokes.
Say, Garrett, you got a sec?
Nope.
Could you sign something for a friend of mine? Sort of an autograph kind of thing?
Sorry, Marla.
Her name's Marla too, just by coincidence.
This is a
Anyway,
bad
she's
time.
just wild about me actually knowing you, but
Let's get out of here!
Okay, maybe it was just that area in particular. It sounds like the pagans are getting vengeance on the hammers based on what we overheard prior. Wow, that area is a complete war zone, though. We're going to want to try to stay out of that area. But we have to kind of pass through it, don't we, to get back to... No. There's... I think the docks will take us to Old Quarter. I think there's another passage there. Yeah, this area seems a lot quieter. I'm going to head... Well, no. Let's head to the Keepers first. From here, we can make our way back to South Quarter if I feel like visiting Blackhand Alley. Right, we can't go that way. The tower is still destroyed. Ah. Right. The glyph doors are open.
Gamal did this.
Looks like we've got a new target for those assassins.
Yes, but unfortunately the enforcers are quite ineffectual against her.
So what are you gonna do?
She's found the final glyph.
Final glyph?
The last of all glyphs. It's a very powerful weapon. She will undoubtedly
activate it, and in doing so, wreak untold suffering, and also ensure her complete invulnerability for all time.
Keeper Orland, the treasures are gone. Gamal has taken the chalice and the paw.
gone. The artifacts? Then it was Gamal who wanted them, not Kataka. You see, I received these notes that I thought that they were from Kataka until they kept coming, even after she was dead. It appears we have made things easy for Gamal. But what does she intend to do with the artifacts?
There is no way to know, except she must have a hidden lair Some place where she has taken our missing books.
You could find it, Garrett. A thief could find it.
Her lair? Yeah, I have an idea where it might be.
Then you must go. Go now and kill her.
If only you could find a way to destroy the final glyph. Make sure it can never be activated.
Let me see if I've got this right. You want me to find Gamal's lair, learn what she wants your treasures for, kill her, and find and destroy this final glyph? Anything else?
How dare you act so high and mighty?
Enough speeches, Orland. You've already had your turn.
Yet, there is truth in his words. A sequence of events was started when you stole the chalice and the paw. The glyphs did warn us.
Right. Glyphs. As if I could forget.
Wow. I don't remember being allowed in here before. After it, I thought it would throw us right out immediately. I don't think it's right to blame us for acquiring the paw and the chalice when the keepers asked us to get them to listen to what Kataka would say. Even if... No. We were tasked with doing it from the Keeper Council, not just Kataka. The Keepers knew they were returned. They knew we had done it, and they knew we did it because Kataka asked. That's not fair to ask Garrett to make amends for something that they had asked us to do earlier. I do wonder if we're allowed up in the Keeper secret library now. Are we working with them still? Let's see. Pagans, hammers, landlord. We're working with the keepers now. Don't attack them or get caught doing anything that will cause them to attack you. Okay, so we're not allowed to be seen in here. But maybe we can. Help ourselves to a book or two. I do wonder if there's anything new all the way up there with where Gamal used to be, but I'm guessing that there isn't, and I don't feel like being detected, and it was rather difficult for us to get up there last time. So since we are probably more concerned with Gamal, we'll just take a small gift from the keepers, as it were, to help us make it to Gamal's lair. I'm surprised any of them lived. I wonder why Gamal just didn't kill all the keepers. I'm curious if Gamal is a keeper herself, or if she just so happens to know about glyphs and decided to use the keepers to learn more information. Well, we have more shopping to do, so we're going to go to Stone Market next. Sorry, we are Stone Market. We're going to go to South Quarter. I want to get to Black Alley. Vendor, all the coins, candlesticks, what have you I have, to Heartless Perry. Then we can head over to the docks. Get more elemental arrows. visit Dahlia's to sell whatever artwork we are going to be holding on to.
Nothing happens on my beat for a month. Then 3 in a week.
Alright, that was not so tough.
What's with the hood? Probably unemployed.
Well, he's not wrong. We don't have a steady job. We, you know, we get hired occasionally to do stuff, but I guess you could say we're not looking for employment anyway at the moment. There's probably nothing in our abode, so we're going to skip it. Other than the new lock we picked up in the last episode, not last episode, the last time we were here in the hub. Without the enforcers on the street, we can probably actually stay grounded as well, not worry about having to take the Thieves' Highway. Oh, this is so much easier. We'll have enough water arrows too. Do we actually need any more gear? I guess while we're here we should visit the well-equipped thief and get anything else we might need. Gamal's abode is likely to have some gargoyles that are walking around patrolling.
I'm Thomas, the proprietor here. We're here to help if you need anything. Thanks for shopping with us. We hope to see you again soon. Glad we could be of service. You'll be happy with your purchases, sir. You know where to find us if you're not.
Alright, we're basically maxed on anything I care to be maxed on. With a small amount of space for another healing potion if we need it.
Them were the days, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we're all done. We can pick up another moss or two from docks if I want to, but maybe we shouldn't even bother with that.
I gotta say, I'm still hurting all over from that roughing up I got.
Okay, any other gems I want to sell?
Look at this stuff. This is the reason you're my favorite client, Garrett.
Okay, we can sell the diamond goblet and jade to Dahlia. We will visit the docks after all. I think there's a passage from the docks to Old Quarter.
I gotta admit, I'm feeling more than a little bit hungry right now. Makes a man feel desperate. Like he might do anything. Even break the law.
And so quiet in this area of the city compared to what's happening in Stone Market. I bet you none of it's going to be logged either.
Says I should try to relax. Relax. Unbelievable.
Okay. The Hammerites aren't in front of the pagan territory fighting them. Although I don't see any pagans here either. Did the Hammerites maybe destroy the pagans from this area? No. No, they did not. Okay. Well, we don't need the gas arrow. Let's sell to Dahlia, and then I think go back to Old Quarter.
Well, what's the delay? You got something you want to fence or not?
6 jades. Didn't even get a response from her. Can't say I'm surprised.
This the best you can do? Maybe it ain't true. All the talk I hear about Garrett, the master thief. Still, it's good enough. I'll take it off your hands.
Okay. I think everything else we hold on to as a memento. And we still have 2,000 something bucks now, which should be able to resupply us after we're done with Gamal's lair. I can't think of anything we had to do at the dock. We disposed of the body already, but for some reason we didn't get any credit for it. There's nothing else at the tavern I'm aware of that we would want. We need to go up in that direction that the guard is going in. So we'll wait for him to come back down.
In his fancy suit.
Interesting that there's no sound going up that sloped alley. Huh. I'm guessing when it comes to the glyph doors that we can see the glyph and normal people can't. And that we can see when it's open and normal people can't. Once he starts heading to the left, we'll go up that alley. There's a few other water arrows around, but I think we're maxed at 25, so we shouldn't need to hunt down any more of them. I wonder if Garrett would ever be the type, probably not, to warn people about the cradle. Try to keep them out of it, if possible. Alright, we are making our way over to Awdale. I think that's what we discovered. Go to Awdale, figure out where Gamal's hidden lair is located, then break into it.
All clear?
Some guys have been a little too hammered. Let's wait here until we see the guard walk back underneath this area, and then we'll go over to Aldale. Give him a little more time, since we're going to make some noise when we fall. Now I know where it is, but I'm not sure how we actually gain access to it. Actually, I know where that is as well, but I don't remember how to unlock it for us. Located here. We have to get into this room to lower the water level. Okay, so we need an amulet to make it go away. So let's get back to the park then to get it. I think it'll make a similar sound to when we acquired the Jacknaw's Paw all those episodes ago, and cause the vines to simply vanish.
Takes you Diane's amulet, Garrett. Bees will it helping you with them vines that seal the city head pump house by them canals.
Thank you.
Bees, I had a visioning, Garrett. You wanting to find her them
Bees
abomination.
Larkspur.
Yes?
Diane Bee says
You
not
bees
to killing
needs
you.
it then, my amulet. It bees opens them vines that guards them man-fool's canal building. Takes it. You bees earned it.
Thank you. Here bees my reportings. 12 bees were lost in them old quarter. 5 bees lost in them docks. Them hammerheads more strongsy than we thinkered. We's bees needing helping. Daisy. I think they should stay away from the hammers, or move just outside the city, and stay out there. They are more than just the hammers who don't like them here. They want to undo the city, but the city doesn't want to be undone. Oh, we're not going to get involved yet, at least, but it wouldn't suit Garrett, probably, to have the city be reduced to nothing but vines and trees. Can't really get much money
Out
that
for
way.
a walk. Yes, indeed, for a brisk stroll. Taking the air, treading the stones, walking, yes, in...
It's just faster. It's so much faster if I don't have to worry about this guy. Let's just knock him out too. And before we go anywhere else, let's see if there isn't any other gas arrow around here for the taking. And there is one. Good place to put one to help deal with that guard. We'll also keep him in the dark. This way if anyone wanders down there, they won't see him that easily. Pump house control. Turn wheel to lower water level. We're going to stop here. This is Gamal's lair, so we'll go ahead and explore it in the next episode. And I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone.